It's probably a really good time to have you on actually this morning because of the news that's happened overnight about everything that's going on in the world of golf. And I remember you being asked this before about Saudi investment and taking fights over there, and you were saying, yeah, but how can we say no when the numbers are like 10 times the amount? Tell us a little bit about it again and why there was huge uproar. There was in football, even more so in golf. In boxing, why is it different? And is it at all?
Boxing's prize fighting. So ultimately, you're going into the ring to have a fight with your opponent, to do battle. It's a very dangerous sport. It's a different kind of sport. I don't think you should just sort of disassociate the fact that, you know, the money's different because the sports are different. But ultimately, these guys are prize fighting. I don't really have the right or the ability to say to Anthony Joshua or Tyson Fury, you've got an opportunity here to fight at Wembley for 20 million or Saudi for 60 million. I mean, it's a very short conversation. You know, we're not going out to have 18 holes. They're going out to go to war, to have a fight for your entertainment.
I get that.
I find the Saudi thing fascinating. I worked in golf for many years. As you know, Laura, you started your
Euro Pro Tour.
Exactly.
Come on.
And I cannot believe, I mean, I need to read more about the merger, but I cannot believe what has happened. I mean, you know, in terms of the furore of players leaving the PGA Tour, and, you know, the PGA Tour issuing sanctions, issuing fines, doing all that kind of stuff. And now players that have turned down hundreds of millions to stay loyal to the PGA Tour now have to play on the LIV Tour anyway. So, and right now, if you took the money 3 months ago, you're a genius. Yeah. Because now it's not there.
Here's my question to you then. In terms of the golfing guys, I'm guessing AJ, you'd look at it, it's quite a simplistic thing to say, AJ or the guys that go to Saudi and box would be in the Koepka and the Greg Norman camp. Do you know of any boxers, for example, that would be in the Rory McIlroy camp?
Absolutely none. Let's just be honest about it. I mean, there's no point. What I didn't like about the golf stuff was players who joined the LIV Tour going into the press conference going, I was just looking for a change. You know, I liked the structure. No, just don't stop. It was a load of money. It's not, Ali, you play football, but someone come in 5 times as much money for you, as much as you love the club, you're off, mate. You know, it's a short career. And, you know, again, fighting's fighting, golf's golf, but it's still the same. You know, people looking to provide for the next generation opportunities, and it is exciting. You know, that and you know the danger, however, and I don't see every time I've done 2 shows in Saudi, Joshua against Ruiz 2 and Joshua against Usyk, both fantastic. You know, both provided life-changing money opportunity for many fighters involved. The danger is they have the ability to wrap all sports up if they want.
That's what I was going to ask you, Eddie. What do you give up by? I suppose it's different with boxing, but when you are saying, right, we'll take the fights to Saudi, what does it mean for boxing? Because what we see in golf now is essentially they own men's golf. Would it ever get to that stage in boxing?
It can if they want it to. You know, I mean, it's only money. All these sports are only money. They can wrap up every sport they want, effectively. And you know, now you haven't got a situation where the players have left. You've got a situation where the governing body has left. Do you know what I mean? So look, I'm sure there's going to be. I mean, this isn't about taking golf to Saudi. This is about a worldwide tour with LIV, but it's ownership through Saudi Arabia. I'm not really. I've no problem talking about the sports washing stuff and stuff like that because I've been there. I've been on the ground. I've actually seen the changes that sport has made. I know there's a wider problem across the country, but what I see is actually sport inspiring a younger generation. And I'm not just saying it because I have no deals in the pipeline. I'm just telling you what I've seen with my own eyes. But I don't want, you know, the focus of all sport to land in the Middle East. I think that's
one of my problems with it, Eddie, and I get the financial side of it. But if you're asking me, and I know you'll answer the same, if I'm watching AJ versus whoever, right, live, I want to see it at Wembley.
Yeah, so do they. Yeah, ultimately, Ali, if they had a choice, if Fury and AJ had a choice, they want to do that fight at Wembley Stadium. But you're not talking about 10% more. You're not talking about 20% more. You're talking about 300% more. You're talking about 3 times the money. You know, and in a career, if you're AJ, you're looking at now, I've got 3-5 fights. I don't know what's next. Or could be 1, because that's how this sport works. You know, it's very difficult to take an opportunity away from an athlete, especially in the sport of boxing. And I love the debate on it, and I think the golf story is fascinating. But I think this is a much more intrinsic decision that some people are going to have their nose royally put out of joint by moves that they've made or moves that they turned down. McIlroy probably the greatest example of that.
Absolutely.
talkSPORT Breakfast with Laura Woods. Monday to Wednesday morning 6 till 10. On AM, on DAB, via the talkSPORT app and on your smart speaker. talkSPORT.